Be delusional. Be unrealistic. Have others call your vision absurd. Nonsense. Let them. It will only affect you if you let it. If you want to manifest your dreams, you can't think small. You can't continue acting and feeling and thinking the way you did in your old reality. That just won't cut it. You have to align yourself to be the version of you in your dream reality. You can't speak one way and then act another. You can't say you want this and then behave the complete opposite way. You have to align your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings if you want to manifest your dream reality. The greatest people we know in the world today who have made such an impact on this planet decided to go for their dreams. Decided to go for the things others called delusional. Even though it was harder sometimes and they wanted to maybe quit, they didn't. They had tunnel vision. They decided to only look at their goals and not focus on what others were saying about them. And that's exactly what you have to do. That's why we have cars, we have airplanes, we have stoves, we have refrigerators, we have clothes. Like, it's because somebody had a thought in their mind and they decided to act on it instead of letting it go by and have people call them crazy and actually feeding into it. Don't feed into the beliefs of others because they're on their own journey. They are on their own path and they aren't you. The universe downloaded this information into your mind. The universe gave you this idea to act on it. Not to shy away, but to act on it. And if you don't, the universe will give that vision, that idea to someone else who will. Because it has to happen. These things. Like, imagine if we didn't have a stove, houses, clothes, cars. Like, no. The universe will give that idea and that thought to someone who will act on it. So be that person who will. Be that person who decides to get out of their comfort zone, to be uncomfortable and go for their dreams. Because that's what's going to happen. You can't want this new life for yourself and expect not to change. Because there is no death without rebirth. Because you will have these old habits, these old ways of thinking that you will need to get rid of so that you can enter into your new dream reality. You have to be audacious. You have to be willing to take these risks. If not, you're going to stay in your comfort zone, and when you stay in your comfort zone, you never grow. You will be put through tests. You will have feelings of doubt, maybe even anxiety, but you have to push through. Because you can't focus on the 3D reality. You have to focus on the vision in your head. Because there would be no matter without mind. It's not mind over matter. Matter is mind. Matter is here today because of mind, because of consciousness. None of this would be here without consciousness. Our reality is a reflection of who we are. It's like what Dr. Joe Dispenza said. Our personality creates our personal reality. How we think, how we feel, the actions we take, that is going to shape our reality. We have an electric magnetic field surrounding us. And our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions are creating this electromagnetic field. And if it is filled with negativity and doubt and just like negative thinking, that's what we are going to attract into our lives, because like attracts like. What we send out into the universe is what we will attract back into our life. It's a universal law. Us humans are made of 99.9999% energy. I'm pretty sure those are the right numbers, but it's something 99 point, But that we're not even a full 1% matter. We're mostly energy. And if we're mostly energy, energy is frequency, and frequency carries information. So we are constantly sending out information, frequencies, and we attract back the like frequencies because, again, like attracts like. So if you keep thinking negative thoughts, of course, we are going to have experiences in our lives that aren't pleasurable. Let's say it's the morning and you spill a cup of coffee on you, and then more bad things start to happen. Like you're late to work, or you miss your school bus, and then bad things just keep on happening, and you're just confused. Like, why does this always happen to me? That's exactly why. Because you believe bad things are always gonna happen to you. You decided to react negatively towards that situation, so you're sending these negative frequencies out and you're attracting more back into your life. Same thing with it if you're positive. If you keep thinking, if like, let's say if you did spill a cup of coffee on you and you're like, okay, yeah, like it sucks, like now you have to change, like get a new pair of clothes or like wash up or something. But you can be like, you know what? Today's still a beautiful day. This might have happened, but I'm grateful. At least I even have coffee in the first place. At least I even have clothes to wear that the coffee sadly spilled on. But at least you are having a positive outlook on it, and you know that everything's okay and is going to work out in your favor. And then, like, those negative events don't happen. You don't end up missing your school bus. You don't end up appearing to work late. That's because you decided to respond to the situation instead of react. You decided to be the creator of your life instead of the victim. The victim mindset will just set you back. That's not the mindset that is going to bring you into your dream reality. The mindset you need to have is the mindset of the creator, because you are constantly co-creating with the universe. Yes, certain things come into our life that are unfortunate and we don't want. And we may not always be able to control that, but we can always control how we decide to respond to that event. And that is the difference between the people who are living their dream reality and the people who are constantly wishing that they were happy, that they had more. That's the difference. Whatever you're doing throughout your day, you have to ask yourself, is this how my dream identity would act? Would she respond to this that way? Would she be feeling these emotions? Would she be thinking these thoughts about herself? Would she call herself stupid, or would she encourage herself? Would they skip out on their workout, or would they decide to be disciplined and put their plan first instead of their mood? You have to constantly do that. You have to constantly align your feelings, your actions, and your thoughts with that personality in your dream reality. You have to rewire your subconscious programming. You have to do shadow work. You have to journal. You have to know yourself. You have to know yourself so well. You have to be like that person who knows what color they would be, know what food they would be, know what goddess they would be, what piece of clothing they would be. You have to get that deep. You have to journal and understand why you feel these thoughts about yourself, why you don't feel worthy, why you always feel doubt, why do you feel like you're not smart enough, or you're not pretty, or you're fat, when in reality you look like a model. You have to really do the inner work so that you can align your feelings, your actions, and your thoughts with the ones in your dream reality. As an example for the shadow work, the process will be you know that you always want validation, you always want approval, you will always want someone to say you did so good. And you ask yourself, why do I always want validation? And then you could say, I want validation because it makes me feel good, it makes me feel seen. And then you could be like, why does it make me feel seen? Why does it make me feel good? Then it could be because growing up, my parents, my family never gave me the attention I wanted. And then you can be like, oh, how did that make you feel? Your parents not giving you that attention. You can say, oh, that made me feel lonely. That made me feel sad. That made me feel left out. And you keep going deeper, deeper, deeper until you get to the root reason. And then you actually know and understand why you were behaving this way. And then you start to be conscious about that and catch yourself when you want to seek validation, when you want the approval of others. And as you keep doing that, you won't want to constantly seek validation. And then you keep continuing to align your identity to the identity of yourself in your dream reality. As you continue to align yourself to the version of yourself in your dream reality, that is now shaping your electromagnetic field. It's looking different from your past version. You're not constantly broadcasting these negative waves, these negative frequencies. You're now broadcasting these positive frequencies, confident frequencies, high vibrational frequencies. You are now broadcasting into the universe. And like attracts like, so you are now attracting those opportunities into your life. Suddenly you are getting opportunities that like you never thought were possible before, but now are happening to you because you have changed your mindset. You now believe that you are worthy of receiving what you want. And if you believe you're worthy, you're gonna get it. If you believe you are worthy, you're going to get it. If you are doing the things you would in your dream reality, then you're gonna attract what you want in your life. The only thing you can't really control is how you are going to attract your manifestations and when it is going to happen. That's up to the universe. That's all happening in divine timing. But it's going to happen either way once you start aligning, feeling, thinking, and acting as your dream reality. Like that, it's just going to happen. So once you rewire your subconscious mind, things just become like so much more easier. You just start attracting these beautiful opportunities into your life. You're not acting like the rest of the people in society. You start living your life instead of existing in it. You start being the main character of your life instead of being a side character. Not even a side character. You're just like there. You're not that anymore. You're a main character now, and you're living your life that you want to live. Don't be one of those people who wants to make their parents proud and join the family company and go to college they don't even like. Don't be that. Be what you want to be. Live your life the way you want to be. Live your dream reality. The risk of you not living your dream reality is greater than the risk of you actually manifesting your dreams. Because if you don't, you're just going to be depressed your whole life. You're not going to be connected to your soul. If you turn out to be one of those people who are living a life that doesn't align with their soul's purpose, you are going to be unhappy. You're going to be depressed. You are going to constantly be seeking validations from others so that you know that you're doing the right thing. And you're not. You're following somebody else's dreams and expectations instead of listening to your soul. You're letting fear control your life instead of love. Every decision we make is either out of love or fear. Let your decisions be made out of love. Don't let your fear and anxiety take over your life. Don't let it consume you. Let the divine, let the universe, let God, let them guide you. Listen to your intuition. Begin to learn about the difference from your anxiety and your intuition, because there is such a difference. Your anxiety wants to protect you, but it's not always true. Your intuition is always true and is always guiding you. Your anxiety is fear-based and your intuition is love-based. Yes, we were like way back in the day when we were cavemen and we were hunting for lions and whatnot. Yes, we needed that like survivor mode so we could protect ourselves, but we are not there anymore. We have definitely changed. We don't need to listen to our anxiety and our fear-based emotions. We don't need to live in survivor mode. We need to live in creation mode. We need to express ourselves. We need to create. We need to do what our soul's purpose is, because that's the happiest form for us. We need to just be free, because living as the authentic version of you is what makes you free, is what makes you living in your dream reality. As you continue to journal and learn more about yourself, you're going to start to feel this weight lifted off of you, and you're going to start aligning yourself to your dream reality. And yes, there are going to be ups and there are going to be downs. That's just like how life is sometimes. But those downs are going to make you stronger. Like how I said before, those downs, it depends on how you react to it or you respond to it. Be the responder, not the reactor. But when you respond to those troubles, those hard times, take it and use it as a lesson. Learn from it and see how I can grow from this and become a better person. And everything will just start to come together. You may have a period when you're in the void, in between like your past reality and your new reality. And this is the time where you can really work on yourself and continue to align yourself. But you got to take action. When you take this action, it's divine action. It's going to feel right. It's not even gonna feel like work. It's just gonna be like, I guess you may have some days where you're just like, I'm tired, I don't always feel like doing this. But that's when, again, you become disciplined and you stick to the plan, not the mood. But there's also going to be action where it's just like, this feels right. And this feels like it just feels like you're getting there. Like everything's gonna work out. And it is. Because like, yes, you might have ups and downs, but those are just tests to see how like strongly you're committed to wanting to live in your dream reality. How delusional you're willing to be. Because again, it all comes from here. You gotta just like live that vision. Even if your environment is like saying one thing, that like, oh, you're poor, you're broke, this, that, and the third. That doesn't matter. You gotta think up here. You gotta feel the feelings, think the thoughts, and act the actions that you would in your dream reality. That's what you gotta do. So again, just keep aligning your personality with the personality of your dream reality, and your environment will change, because your environment can't hold your new identity. Once you start to match your identity to the identity in your dream reality, you can't stay in your old environment, because your new identity doesn't match the state of your environment. That's what happened to me. Once I started acting and feeling and thinking the way I would in my dream reality, my environment switched. And that's what I'm talking about. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know how, but it does. And that's the universe working, because you're co-creating with the universe. So keep being delusional. Keep thinking up here, because at the end of the day, that's how you create. That's how you shape your dream reality. Don't listen to the non-believers. Don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to your intuition and listen to your soul. Trust that the universe is always guiding you and always has your back and wants the best for you, because at the end of the day, the universe does. And your reality is a mirror of your internal state. So keep doing the shadow work. Keep rewiring your subconscious mind. Keep aligning your feelings, your actions, and your thoughts to the version of yourself in your dream identity. Because at the end of the day, your reality will start mirroring your effort to create your dream reality. And then, just like that, you quantum leap. You are then living in your dream reality. The universe loves you, and I love you. Always remember that you are constantly co-creating with the universe. That you are not the victim, but the creator of your life. I am MRM, and I hope you enjoyed this video.